How do I see Prophet Muhammad in my dreams? Is there a way? In order for us to answer this question, join us after the break. Bismillah, and peace and blessings be upon our Prophet Muhammad. Verily indeed, it is a great blessing from Allah Ta'ala if you see Prophet Muhammad in your dreams. And for those of you who want to know how to see Prophet Muhammad, for there are two answers to this question. The first answer is quick and short, and that it is indeed a blessing from Allah Ta'ala, and He bestows His blessings upon who He wishes. And the second answer is a bit longer, and that is that the scholars have prescribed some actions that if you do them, then perhaps it will increase your likelihood of seeing Prophet Muhammad in your dreams. However, for us to implement the second answer, we must first understand the first answer to the question, and that is understanding the wisdom of Allah Ta'ala when He bestows someone the vision of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Now, to understand the wisdom behind Allah sending a dream of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. There have been many occasions where people have seen Rasulullah ﷺ in their dreams, and they have been atheists, they have been Christians, they have even sworn at Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. However, Allah gave them a dream of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ and they converted to Islam. Dr. Samir Al-Hafnawi is the founder of this channel, and at the time when he saw Prophet Muhammad ﷺ in dreams, he was not even thinking about Prophet Muhammad. In fact, he was busy with the dunya and even thinking about the woman that he loved. And there have been people who see Prophet Muhammad every single day, like the famous scholar who used to see Prophet Muhammad every single night. And there was this one time where he did not see him. And then when Prophet Muhammad appeared after so long in his dreams, the scholar asked, "Oh Prophet Muhammad, why did you not visit me in my dreams for so long?" And he said, "Because you were in a gathering that had backbiting." When we look at the wisdom of Allah in all of these examples, what we find is that the people who were atheists, who were Christians, and saw the vision of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, they turned to Islam. They started praying, they started fasting, and they started to implement the sunnah of Rasulullah ﷺ. Dr. Samir Al-Hafnawi, when he saw Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, it was a blessing by Allah Ta'ala that pushed him to read about the hadiths of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. And also he dedicated his whole life in support of the Prophet, and this channel is a proof of his hard work. And for the scholar who used to see Prophet Muhammad ﷺ every night, he was prevented of seeing him from one night and for a long time because he was simply sitting in a gathering that had backbiting, and therefore when he corrected his actions, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him the vision of Prophet Muhammad in order to teach him a lesson. So we can see that clearly in all of these examples there's a commonality, and that is either pushing them in the right direction of following the sunnah of Prophet Muhammad or giving them glad tidings that what they are doing is correct. So I have a question for you. If I or you were to see Prophet Muhammad tonight, inshallah, however we missed Fajr prayer in the morning, but we saw the Prophet Muhammad, then we would probably think that missing Fajr prayer is okay, or we have been in a gathering that had backbiting. We would probably think that these a'mal are actually okay because we simply saw Prophet Muhammad. I read in a book that Prophet Muhammad said, "Whoever wants to see me in a dream should pray 2 rak'ahs tawbah to Allah Ta'ala on the night of Thursday. And then he should ask Allah by this formula 100 times. Ya Dhal Jalal wal Ikram, Salli ala Nur al-Anam, wa Arani fil Manam." And if he did not see me that night, then he should look within himself and his deeds and ask himself what is preventing him of seeing me in a vision. And he should repeat it every Thursday night or every night, and he should beg Allah Ta'ala to see me in a vision. Now what we learn from this is two things. The first thing is understanding that perhaps there are things that we are doing currently in our lives that is away from the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. And therefore we should reflect to see how we can implement the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ in the right way. And the second thing that we learn is the power of dua. Now Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, whoever wants Jannah, then they should ask for Firdaus al-A'la. However, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ knows that perhaps we do not deserve this level, but it shows us the power of dua, that perhaps Allah Ta'ala will grant us al-a'mal, the righteous deeds that will take us to this level. And in the same way we can ask Allah Ta'ala to grant us a vision of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. And therefore what we are saying is that, oh Allah, grant us the right deeds that will allow us to see the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ in our dreams. So this is the first answer to the question, is really the wisdom of Allah Ta'ala. Now the second answer to the question is, scholars have mentioned that there are specific actions that one can do to increase the likelihood of us seeing Prophet Muhammad ﷺ in our dreams. The first one is increasing your blessings upon the Holy Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. What this does is that it's a mercy and it is a nur that will inshallah allow us to have a connection with the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, and also increase our love for him, and also direct us towards his sunnah inshallah, and doing righteous deeds. And what we call this is Amal Musa'id. It actually, the blessings upon, sending blessings upon Rasulullah ﷺ actually acts as a helper in terms of doing righteous deeds. For indeed it is a means of forgiveness of sin and also correcting one's affairs. The other thing that the scholars suggest is reading about Prophet Muhammad ﷺ and the seerah of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, especially at night, because this is the closest one will be to the unconscious mind and most likely to see Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, but it is the last thing that you will think about before you sleep. And the third thing is really to busy yourself with Prophet Muhammad ﷺ and put him and Allah Ta'ala before everything, before your mother, before your father, before anything, and try to increase your love for him to the point that you want to always be with him. So when you support Rasulullah ﷺ, for example, printing books on this channel, there have been people who have printed books in support of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ because of their sincerity. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed them with a beautiful dream of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, or the Sahabas, or even the Prophets. We ask Allah Ta'ala to bring us closer to the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ and grant us all the righteous acts that will allow us to have a vision of Rasulullah ﷺ in our dreams and to be with him in this life and in the hereafter. Allahumma inni as'aluka hubbak wa hubb man yuhibbak wa kull amali qarni ila hubbak وحب نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وكل عمل قربني إلى نور وجهك الكريم ورؤية نبيك العظيم يقظة ومنام الليل ونهار في الدنيا قبل الآخرة وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.